Today's show is presented with limited commercial interruption, thanks to Memorial Gardens Insurance Services.
Everybody, and welcome to the Dewayne Benton Show. Today is a very special day for me because I have someone who I call a friend, and also she's a mentor, and she's got a few titles that have been added to her belt recently. Take a look.
You're listening to the Queen of Talk on WDIA.
How you doing, GK?
Don't you ever get old, girl.
Yes, I do.
You sure don't look it.
Hey, well, thank you.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome in to WDIA, the Bev Johnson Show.
It's a sound listeners have enjoyed for 46 years.
It is indeed a pleasure to have you with us once again.
The voice of the living legend and queen of talk, the Bev Johnson.
We are live from Soulsville, USA.
We say God, y'all.
She's been welcomed in the homes and cars of thousands over the decades, helping people make decisions about life, love, and living. Her impact, long-lasting. Her personality, larger than life. Her talent, undeniable. But she's living a career that almost wasn't.
Carl Haynes called me, program director at WJMI. He said, I'd like to offer you a job.
Johnson, a native of Memphis who was later raised in the home of Motown, dreamed of being behind the mic but doing it in front of the television as a TV news reporter.
It's a pleasure doing this. Bev Johnson has been named Billboard Personality of the Year and honored by local and state leaders and the U.S. House of Representatives.
A career in radio was not in her heart or her plan. But one woman would change her mind. The world would soon meet the Queen of Talk thanks to wisdom. One piece of advice from her grandmother.
She said, baby, when someone gives you an opportunity and it's good, take it.
Afraid of nothing but determined to get everything life could offer, Johnson said yes, and her ride on the radio waves took off.
Because I always tell people, George, I had the best of both worlds. Coming down in the summer in Memphis, living around the corner from Stax, and then living in Ann Arbor, Michigan at Motown, so I had the music.
Boy, you sure did.
She joined WJSU as an overnight disc jockey. Soon after, she worked for WOKJ, WJMI, and WKXI radio stations in Jackson, Mississippi, eventually becoming their program assistant, public affairs director, and then news director. Positions rarely held by women and almost never by people of color.
Y'all make some noise for Bev Johnson.
Her bright light shined during a dark time in America. Only 8 years separated Johnson's debut on the radio and the civil rights era, a chapter of America's story that told the tale of a people oppressed, denied of their future, unable to hope and dream. It's the strength, resilience, and undeniable courage of her ancestors that gave Johnson the audacity to believe that she, a little girl from Memphis, coated in the music of Motown, could go wherever destiny carried her. In the early 80s, the Queen of Talk returned to her hometown of Memphis, where she worked at WLOK, WMQM, and WWEE WLVS. It wasn't long before she finally landed at home, the historic WDIA.
They call her the Queen of Talk, DJ Bev Johnson, WDIA.
It's there where Bev Johnson became a household name. It's there where she would plant roots, tackle social issues, and from time to time, have some good girl talk.
I love you.
I love you.
I'm trying, this ain't right.
Yes, it is. It's correct.
Tennessee Radio Hall of Fame.
That's right.
Thank you, Jerry.
I love you.
I love you. Oh my God.
See all this joy I'm bringing you.
Girl, you done brought me some joy. I don't know. I need to take a break or something. I don't know what's going on.
She posted on her Facebook page, the surprise announcement left her unusually speechless.
Johnson, known for her soul and spice, has long been in demand to lend her opinion and personality to courageous and controversial conversations.
They were out of line.
Why so?
Did they know the man? Did they know the woman?
Apparently not.
Well, they're out of line. Mind your own damn business.
Okay.
Okay, that'll be enough for today. She is a living legend. This is Bev Johnson. Miss Bev Johnson.
I like PYT. Pretty young thing.
She's known to be fun, fair, tough, and unafraid, known to hold elected officials accountable.
Community Education 911. The urgency of a quality education and how the entire community plays a role.
She's lived a career of first, a career of overcoming, a career of breaking through and opening the doors so others can also enter.
Good people give you happiness. Bad people give you experience. The worst people give you a lesson. And the best people give you memories.
It's no surprise that this microphone maven.
My name is Sally.
We don't want Sally. We looking for Beverly.
My name is Bev Johnson from the legendary WDIA.
And icon.
We are live from Soulsville, USA.
Is the Radio Hall of Fame's first African-American woman inductee, a testament to a career that almost never was.
It's going to be my favorite story of the day. Congratulations, Bev. All of us at Fox 13 think they got it right.
Way to go, Bev.
Way to represent the 901.
You're listening to the Bev Johnson Show on WDIA.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to welcome to the Dewayne Benton Show my mentor, Bev Johnson. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful, Dewayne. How are you?
I'm doing good. This is your year.
Is it my season?
This season, year, appointed time, anointed time, it is all just befalling on you. And I'm just so happy because I've seen you work. And you've worked and you've worked and you've done so many things behind the scenes that some people don't know about some of the stuff you've already done that's under your belt.
Yes.
So let's go back and talk about your career. How many years now in radio?
Right now, this is my month, my birth month, I would say, Dewayne, 43 years.
43 years.
In radio.
And the story that was told is you got a call wanting you to do radio.
Right.
But somebody said, I'm going to be a TV personality.
That's right. I was going to be a TV news reporter.
Yes.
I was going to Jackson State, getting my master's degree in mass communications.
Yeah.
And I was a graduate assistant. So I worked in the mass communications office.
Okay.
So you can give you a little background. And JSU had a radio station, WJSU. So students ran the station.
Yeah.
When a student was out, I would go in and sit in for them. This day, a student from, I will never forget, from DC was out. And I was working her shift. And on the air, it was jazz station.
Yeah.
Program director Carl Haynes from WJMI in Jackson called me and offered me a job. I told him, no, thank you, Mr. Haynes. I'm going to be a television reporter. Thank you so much. Hung up the phone. August, went home for the summer.
Yeah.
Came home, at home, Memphis. My grandmother, this man found me, and I know he got my number from the communications office.
Yeah.
And called me, and this is Carl Haynes, program director. I still want to offer you that job.
Wow. He called twice?
Yeah.
Wow.
I said, Mr. Haynes, I told you I'm going. First he said, are you coming back to school? Yes. I still want to offer you that job. Mr. Haynes, thank you so much. I'm going to be a television reporter. I'm not interested in radio. So hung up the phone and said, thank you. I told my grandma, I said, this man's worrying me, call me. offered me this job. My grandma's looking at me, hearing my story.
You're just in college though, right?
Yeah, I was just in graduate school,
Yeah.
so I'm thinking, man, I'm gonna be a television reporter. My grandmother listened to me. She let me talk.
Mm-hmm.
She said, "Go call him back." I said, "Grandmother, go call him back." Baby, when someone gives you an opportunity, you take it. Go call him back. My grandmother stood there. I had to go call Mr. Haynes back.
Okay.
Jackson, Mississippi.
But before you called him, what were you thinking when your grandmother said that?
I'm thinking, like, I don't want to do this. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna be. That was in my mind.
Yeah.
Wayne. And I'm thinking, but my grandma was very wise. Wasn't an educated. Her last year in school, 8th grade.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But she said, "You go call him back." I'm thinking, okay, it's wrong, or is she tired of giving me some money? But she made me call Carl back, and I called him. This is Bev Johnson, and I'll take the job.
And what was the job?
Disc jockey.
Back in the day.
Back in the day, I was a disc jockey.
Yeah.
My shift was going to be midnight to 6
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
on WJMI.
Yes.
Midnight to 6.
Midnight
to 6
in the morning.
Midnight to 6 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Spinning, you don't know about this, 45s and 33s.
Oh, yes, I do.
Yeah, I know you do. 45s and 33s.
Yes.
That was my job. So I was going to do that. Work in the mass communications office because that was my job then.
Yeah.
Then I had classes at Jackson State because I'm getting my degree.
Wow. So once you got in, because I've been down this road of when you walk in the doors of radio, because you're the person who gave me the opportunity to start at WDIA as an intern.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get in the door as the overnight person, do you start liking it, or you feel like, God, this ain't what I want to do?
I kind of, no, I didn't start like I said, I'm doing it because I'm getting some money, I'm getting paid, and I need some extra money. It's college student, you need some extra money.
Yeah.
So I'm doing it. But I still had news in the back of my mind.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
What's so crazy about this, Dewayne, as I'm doing this shift, I would tell Carl, well, I'm interested in news. Carl, if a position comes up in your news department, I would love to do news.
Yeah.
Kept telling him, worrying the hell out of him.
Mm-hmm.
And just kept talking, but I was still doing disc jockey. I was still a news person.
Yeah.
One day, I don't know if I ever told you this. So one day, Carl called me and said, "You've been worrying," this is his words, "you've been worrying the hell out of me about doing news. I need you 6 o'clock Monday morning." Huh? I said, "What?" He said, "I need you to do on the air, be at 6 o'clock, to do the news for JMI. And then they had an AM station, WOKJ.
Yeah.
So you're going to do the news for both stations, starting at 6 o'clock the morning shift."
But were you prepared to start gathering news and putting your stories together?
Because I'm learning at Jackson State.
Yeah.
I'm learning about that.
Mm-hmm.
And then also the news guy, Bruce Payne, he was kind of like the Ford Nelson of Jackson. So Bruce was helping, would always talk to me about news.
Yeah.
So Carl says, "Bruce will help you, but I need you Monday morning, 6 a.m. So that shift was from 6 to 9 doing the news.
Wow.
Hey cousin, thanks for calling me back. Uncle brother died last night. He didn't have any insurance. And I'm calling family and friends to see if y'all can help me out.
How many times has this happened in your family? Call Memorial Gardens Insurance Services now to get the coverage you need. Immediate coverage on most plans, no medical exams, and payments as low as $15. Call 260-2647.
In order to keep your business afloat, you must collect payment for the products or services you render. Unfortunately, not all customers are reliable. If you're a business owner, you likely have very little time on your hands to make those frequent telephone calls or to write letters in an effort to collect delinquent accounts. Hi, I'm Marilyn Mosley with Resolutions Collection Agency, and I have been a professional agent for more than 20 years right here in the Mid-South. They say the older an account is delinquent, the harder it is to collect the debt. Not with Resolutions Collection Agency, where we specialize in resolving any debt by any means. If your demands for payment have been unsuccessful, Hiring a resolutions collection agency can be extremely beneficial for your business. Call us today, 901-427-3040. That's 901-427-3040.
So go back. Tell me what you knew about WDIA before you became as a part of the team.
Oh my goodness! You know, I knew DIA was a historic station. As a child, growing up listening to WDIA, knew it was the first black formatted station in the country. I knew about WDIA. Matter of fact, Dewayne, when I was at Rust, undergraduate, I had an interview at WDIA.
This has just been full circle for you.
Really?
Yeah.
I had an interview with Mike Frisbee, was the program director. So, you know, in college, you know, you're trying to get ready to graduate, so you're going looking for jobs.
Yeah.
Gave me an interview. And he talked to me, which was on Central Avenue. I remember going up those steps, talking to Mike Frisbee. You know, he interviewed me. He says, well, you know, we don't have anything at this time. And so I'm disappointed. But I wasn't ready because I didn't know anything about radio.
Wow.
So I said, I want to be a teacher. Let me take my tail to graduate school. At Rust, Chuck Holmes, who was director of development, he said, Jackson State is looking for graduate students. They're opening a new program in mass communications. They have money. Go apply. You know, and I'm always thinking people tell me what to do. He said, go apply. I said, okay. And I applied to Jackson State and got that money as a graduate assistant. Wow. But I was determined to be a television reporter because of Carol Hall. I don't know if you may not even. Carol Hall used to be a news reporter at WHBQ. African American woman. Bad sister. And she came to talk to us at Russ, and I kind of like, oh, I want to do that.
Yeah. Everybody have shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how all this came about. But I wanted to be in television.
Okay, so your radio career is starting to develop now. Do you still want to do TV? Or did you immerse yourself now in full throttle radio?
Well, I'm full throttle radio, but I could do TV. You know, I think I could do a little talk show or something. But 43 years, I was telling a young man this morning, Dewayne, that's all I know. Radio and teaching. That's all I know. When I say that, you know, some people have this job and this job and this job. All I know is radio and teaching. You know, I'm a college professor. So that's all. That's the only career I've had.
But you know it well. You know it well.
And it's kind of the because my grandmother wanted me to be a teacher. You know, usually back in the day,
there are a lot of teachers in your family.
Well, yeah, my dad was a teacher. My mom was a teacher. I mean, we had educators in my family. And she wanted me. I said, well, I'm kind of fulfilling her dream too, because I'm still a teacher.
Bev, after 43 years now of radio, does it get old to you? Does it feel like it's still a new day? What does it feel like every day you get up and you hit the airwaves? You know what?
I enjoy what I do. It still feels new because I try to learn something new every day. And I do. I learn something new every day.
I hear people who tell me they love listening to your show because they learn something every time they listen.
And I hope so.
People have told me that.
And I tell my listeners, I learn something new every day. Whether I'm on the radio station or whether I'm on that college campus, I learn something new every day.
So a lot of people don't know, but you are a licensed counselor.
Yes. Substance abuse.
Yes.
You
are licensed to be able to counsel people
in
who are dealing with substance abuse.
And also with women's groups. So I'm able to do that as well.
Just an educator. I mean, seriously, you continue that?
Well, and the reason that I got into that field as a counselor of substance abuse, in this business, I saw too many friends who were on drugs. Dewayne, and too many friends who died in the music industry and the radio industry. And I said, you know, Something has to be done about that. Yeah. And then also with the help of Dr. Dorothy Jeffries, who and Dr. Warren Hart said, you can do this. You need to be a counselor.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't want to go back and get that PhD and all. That was too much. But I could do that with the substance abuse. And so I can help people that way as well.
Yeah, that's a good deal. I like that for you. You just continue to push yourself to your next level. Every time I look up, you're doing something new to broaden your horizon.
Right.
And you know, and doing radio, which I did for a number of years, you know, for me it got a little boring. It did because it kind of
because you are creative.
Yeah,
you're very creative, and I can see why I got.
I kind of felt.
But you were good at the radio. But you're so creative in doing different things.
Yes, and that's why I really felt like it was a box for me. It was great doing it, and I love doing it, and I love meeting all these amazing people. But again, because you opened the door for me, I wanted, Bev, my friends could tell you, my friends from way back in the day could tell you, this guy said he's going to do radio. I started going to the pawn shop, buying little equipment, tape players and things. I wanted to record myself, learn what an air check was, and I was doing so much. And the day I decided, I said, I'm going to try and call this lady named Bev Johnson. I hear her on WDIA all the time, and I'm going to call her and see if she'll give me a chance. I called, and you know, it's kind of hard to get you on the phone, but I left messages, and you did call me back, and you said, I'm going to set you up an interview. Come down here and talk to me. That's okay. And Miss Joyce was there.
Right.
And you called me and you said, I'm going to give you a chance. And when you said it, my heart, I'm trying to hold the tears. My heart dropped because it was a dream. It was a dream, and my friends knew it. And when I finally showed up on radio, they were like, boy, that's all you talked about. I'm going to be on radio. And I said, Bev Johnson, I have to tell you, and I've said it 1,000 times, I appreciate you. And so when they called from the Tennessee Radio Hall of Fame, it wasn't a shock for me. You have just blown my mind for years. And now they come and they present you with this wonderful induction ceremony in Nashville. I want to know how you felt when they just came to the studio and said, we nominated you.
Well, Jama Holmes is the young woman who nominated me, who is on the board of directors of the Tennessee Radio Hall of Fame. And when she called me, Dewayne, she told me I'm Jama Holmes and with the Tennessee Board of Tennessee Radio Hall of Fame. I'm listening like, who is this?
Right.
She said, I need your resume because I want to nominate you. And I said, nominate me for what? And she was explaining. She said, will you please? I said, okay, I'll send the resume. And I'm thinking, yeah, okay, who is this?
Yeah.
And I sent her the resume. I think about 3 or 4 months later, she called me back. She said, I want to change some things in your resume. Is that okay? I'm going like, okay.
Who is this person?
I'm still thinking about who is this woman. And when she called me again, she said, there are 28 nominations. They started first, down to 15.
Yeah.
And then when they go vote again, she said, one of the guys came out and said, your nominee made it.
Wow.
Let me tell you this, somebody also told her, this will never happen.
Wow. And I must say, sitting in the room, of the nominees, you were the only African-American, African-American woman to sit on those who were inducted into this Tennessee Radio Hall of Fame.
Isn't that something?
Yeah. That was crazy.
But because of Jama, who told me, Dewayne, she said, I grew up in Mississippi. I grew up listening to you when you were in Jackson. Huh? Huh? She said, I listened to you on She told me.
Yeah. Well, let's do this. Let's go and let the audience hear your acceptance speech. It was hard. I held back my tears, but when you finished, the house went literally up. It went up. It's Bev Johnson accepting her induction into the Tennessee Radio Hall of Fame. Enjoy.
I am humbled and honored by the love and support you have bestowed on me this evening as one of your career inductees. Thank you to the Board of Directors and members for this awesome honor. I am truly grateful. To my family, thank you for your unconditional love and support. My dear and special friends, thank you for loving me through the years. You are the wind beneath my wings. My church and spiritual family, you continue to give me encouragement and hope without wavering. To my radio family, thank you for always being my cheerleaders. Regrets? I say share life with no regrets, but I do have 2 regrets. My parents are not here. Julia Atlas Danner Johnson and William Van Johnson, and my grandparents, Maybelle Danner Rogers, and my grandfather, E.B. Danner Jr. But this evening, 3 people I really owe this honor to. 1, Jama Holmes, who thought enough of me, and I didn't even know she knew me, to nominate me. Sister, you are a phenomenal woman. My new sister friend, and I love you. To Carl Haynes, program director, who gave me the opportunity to be in radio, because I was going to be a television reporter. And last but not least, again, my grandmother, Maybelle Rogers Danner, who told me, baby, when someone gives you an opportunity, take it. She made me call Carl Haynes back to accept position in radio. Last but not least, I'd like to leave you with this. Life is too short to wake up in the morning with regrets. So love the ones who treat you right. Forgive the ones who don't. Believe everything happens for a reason. If you get the chance, take it. If it changes your life, let it. Nobody said it would be easy. They just promised it would be worth it. And tonight, it's worth it.
Hey cousin, thanks for calling me back. Uncle brother died last night. He didn't have any insurance. And I'm calling family and friends to see if y'all can help me out.
How many times has this happened in your family? Call Memorial Gardens Insurance Services now to get the coverage you need. Immediate coverage on most plans, no medical exams, and payments as low as $15. Call 260-2647.
Andrea Gray, better known as Ivy. Hello, Bev. I love you. I'm so excited for you and so proud of you, and you certainly deserve it. And I remember when I wanted to be you in the radio industry, and I still consider you a mentor. I love you again. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Bev. Deanna Pruitt, better known as D, your eldest niece. I want to tell you that I love you, I appreciate you, well wishes, and great success for you in the future.
Hi, I'm Kaya Pruitt.
And I'm Angela Dorsey.
I'm Bev. I just want to wish you the best. You deserve every and any achievement that you've received. I'm so happy and honored that you are my great aunt.
And Bev, you know I'm your favorite sister. I'm your baby sister. I am so excited for you. Congratulations, Bev. I love you.
Hello, my name is Kimberly Love, and I'm Maxine Macklin, former promotions director for WDIA. I've had the very proud honor of working with Bev Johnson down through the years and seeing her growth and her magnificent effect upon citizens throughout the state of Tennessee. We're so proud of you, Bev, for this long-deserved honor.
Absolutely.
God bless you and keep up the good work.
Yes, we love you, Bev.
Thank you, Bev Johnson.
Thank
We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.